My name is Peter Herweck, and I'm heading the industrial automation business for Schneider, and I'm the vice chairman of AVEVA. Today, we want to talk about the next generation of efficiency, resiliency, and sustainability in industry. That will require a bold move and not just some step changes. As we have a really new and unpredictable world, let's not spend too much time trying to predict. Let's jointly create and decide the future in industry together. In my view, automation is going to be at the center of everything we need to do to create the industries of the future. It's really the key enabler of smart manufacturing, where the physical needs will meet the digital world to close the loop from just insight to actionable outcome. So smart manufacturing will be realized with innovative software and services together with automation systems. People who've been working in the industrial world, they always wanted open, modular, interoperable systems because they need the flexibility to create efficiency and be agile to be able to do their jobs properly. Now, what does that all mean for us? In my view, it means it's time to create the next generation of industries. Next generation of industries are open, they are collaborative, and they're based on standards. And software will play a very, very big role in that. And of course, everything is going to be data-driven, as you can imagine. So to drive better outcomes and to look more holistically at the business, I think three things are key. Sustainability is key, efficiency is key, and then also we've learned to be very agile over the last couple of months, and that will drive also into the next generation of industries. And the next generation of industries is empowering our workforce, and it will embrace the next generation of people as we are going forward. So today I will show you three ways you can start to reach this next generation in our view. Number one is how to create smart operations with data-driven software-based automation. Secondly, how can you use next generation tools that are open, agnostic, and easy to use to dramatically change the way you design and operate your systems? And thirdly, how the integration of energy and automation together with software is driving more sustainability, is driving more outcomes for everybody in industries. I believe this is all achievable within our EcoStruxure architecture, bringing your specific advantages like uniqueness of our software, which is flawless and agnostic, and the layer of domain expertise that is really required to put the solutions in place to solve your specific problems. Now to the first point, the next generation smart manufacturing. It will be realized by innovative software and services and automation systems together, as I said earlier. So data will play a much bigger role with, for example, the use of digital twins and the ability to simulate scenarios with a lot of historic data that we are having. Then, of course, we want to do everything remote. It has become key after the COVID crisis. In industries, this really means how can I remotely control all my operations, also maintenance. This can be achieved by a single this cannot be achieved by a single company or vendor. So you need strategic partners who bring expertise and who are tightly linked to you to have and allow you a flawless integration and ease of use and a guaranteed interoperability, regardless of whose hardware and whose software solutions you already have in your installed base, because we realize there is most of it will be in the brownfield. Now, with our strategic partnership and ownership in AVEVA, this is a prime example how to do it. Not only is AVEVA helping our joint customers remotely control their operations, they're even enabling the cloud-based design and engineering of plants and processes. Later on, I will show you how this interlinks with automation. But now let's hear from Craig Heyman, the CEO of AVEVA, about how they are assisting our joint customers along their digital transformation journey across all aspects of design, engineering, operations, and performance optimization. Craig?
Thanks, Peter, for the introduction. It's my great pleasure to be here today, and I'd like to share our collaboration with Veolia with you because it demonstrates how effectively AVEVA and Schneider Electric can collaborate to drive customer benefits. They've got numerous engineering sites across 5 continents. Veolia Water wanted to enable their engineers to collaborate and share best practices from Paris to Kuala Lumpur. They wanted to ensure the whole team in the office, at home, and in the field could collaborate using the same data. They wanted to use shared design tools to facilitate real-time decision-making across the team and drive better performance. Now, it's a centrally managed, cloud-based solution that was the obvious choice, and so Veolia came to AVEVA and have been working with us. They use the AVEVA Connect cloud platform, and they've connected their project teams, they've driven efficiency, and benefited from the flexibility of sharing best practices between the global teams. Now, with this centralized system and its deployment, Veolia's engineers were up and running in the cloud and at multiple locations within days, and they've achieved over 20% in additional IT agility just within a few weeks. Now, this cloud-based solution includes the full AVEVA Unified Engineering Suite, which is asset visualization software. And by adopting a data-centric Industry 4.0 strategy, the teams have got multiple benefits. They've got improved collaboration across the engineering teams using this shared data. They've boosted cross-team collaboration. They've strengthened project transparency and status tracking. They've standardized best practices that are now in place worldwide. And they've ensured that each project team can now maintain engineering data seamlessly throughout the asset lifecycle. We're proud to have been able to help lead Veolia's digital transformation as part of the Impact 2023 strategic initiative. It's an exciting project that offers many parallels for other customers. With that, Peter, thank you, and back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Craig, for that great example, demonstrating the value that cloud-based solutions bring to allow our customers to work remotely across all aspects of their business. There's been a great example of how our partnership ecosystem can bring about the next generation of industries. Well, open automation, we've been talking about this for a very, very long time, but is it really open? Is it a myth? We believe it's time to break from the proprietary locked-in model of traditional industrial automation. We believe it's time for universal automation, which is the world of really plug and produce applications. It's an a la carte automation where cost and performance are optimized by assembling components without regard to who the vendor is. And, that coming from us is maybe a surprise, but universal automation is not business as usual, and I think it's time for it. So today we're announcing our first universal automation offer. We call it the EcoStruxure Automation Expert, and it is the next generation of automation systems creating step change improvements through the complete life cycle for our customers. As an important step, we have decoupled software from the underlying hardware in an automation system and make it very easy to connect to IT applications, engineering applications, and software in general. So it supports an agile and asset-centric. So we're looking at the asset in the automation architecture that gives you greater control to make improvements to all variables, most notably, of course, the profitability. For us, it was very important that it is vendor agnostic. That means it's not just open, it is also interoperable and can run on specific hardwares of contenders in the field. You can wrap and reuse the existing asset no matter what vendor originally produced them, and your system will never go out of date. That means it's 100% future-proof. Now we've been benchmarking this with other expert users of other systems out there, and we can show that the EcoStruxure automation expert, we can reduce the engineering time not by percentages, but 3 to 5 times. So the EcoStruxure automation expert is, in addition to that, an ecosystem driver thanks to its portability. So we welcome technology partners and users to push for true open automation and join the universal automation movement. Now my third point, how next generation industry can leverage energy and automation with software to drive profitability by efficiency, of course, and sustainability. Now, industry is one of the primary users of electricity. And of course, for electro-intensive industries particularly, there is a constant pressure to reduce total expenditure, optimize operations, and of course, reduce the carbon footprint. Now, EcoStruxure Power and Process brings the power automation and process automation, these domains together to optimize expenditures of the complete life cycle of a plant, deliver projects faster, and reduce operating costs. Now, these have been totally different practices in the past, and the integration of power and automation enables now visibility and control of real-time performance for measurable impact to profitability at every stage in the plant's life cycle. So some of our major customers in energy-intensive industries have said they can offset the need of major capital investments if they can boost the reliability and availability of their assets. Now, the integration of power and automation delivers that value, including, for example, a 15% reduction in downtime. That will empower people to improve operating margins of their facilities by up to 10 to 15%. The energy reduction is, of course, a key driver for more sustainability in the operations. And it's achieved through working with AVEVA on advanced analytics and applications to align process and equipment to reduce carbon footprint and energy cost. So a typical result would be a 10% reduction in process energy, and you can decide for your plant how much that saving is. For example, at a large refinery, let's say one that produces 250,000 barrels per day, this would equate to low end of energy savings would be in the neighborhood of $1.6 million per year, which is 4,500 a day. It's not small cash. And the CO2 reduction is pretty significant with more than 20,000 metric tons. This translates to, and you pick the car, somewhere between 4,000 to 5,000 cars that we would take permanently off the road with the CO2 savings. So today we bring to market a totally new architecture that will simplify the integration of energy and automation equipment. We call it Unified Power and Process System. It's a fully integrated and digital ready solution. And your automation technology is fully integrated with our low voltage and medium voltage instrumentation and the electrical distribution. So it means you will collect your process data and your electrical data in the same database. If you're, for example, the head of an operation or a plant manager or let's say a maintenance manager, you're operating with a complete view of the plant. It gives you all the information you need to improve the uptime, net throughput, and of course, the resiliency, as still 15% of the downtime is to electrical systems. So that sums up the 3 points. Thank you very much for joining me this session. I encourage you to attend our expert learning sessions on EcoStruxure Automation Expert and EcoStruxure Power and Process to find out even more details on how these two launches can help you improve your productivity, your resiliency, and your sustainability.